But you know what's gonna happen? Your parents are gonna say, why are you talking back to me? He's gonna get the belt and start whooping your ass.
Hello, I am a professional agent that's specializing in failure management. As parents, we need to share our wisdom with our children. Use our experiences and knowledge to guide our children when they need help. This lesson is called Repeat the Same Thing Louder. Dad, I don't know how to do this question. Okay, let me see what's going on. X equal integral of e squared. Okay, what's integral of e squared? I don't know. No. What's integral of e squared? I don't know. What's the integral?
This is why. Okay, I'm sorry. This is why. Okay, if you have a question about school or academics, never ever ask your Asian parents for a solution or to coach you or to teach you or to tutor you. Okay, because this happens a lot. Like, here's another Ryozen childhood story. Okay, Ryozen childhood story was that before, when I was a kid, I was doing physics, okay? Because, you know, back in middle school, we were doing physics. I would ask my mom about why is X a factor of Y, and it basically ends up my mom asking me that question back, you know. And I would not say that your parents are doing it on purpose, but I do really think that they just don't have the patience to deal with you, okay? And I agree that dealing with kids is annoying, especially if you're coming from home from work. That is why here is my quick tip for you guys, especially for my students in you know, in this video or in this chat or in the comments. You know, you guys know who you are. If you have any questions, never ever ask your parents about it unless they offer help, because you will just be down in the ground, probably crying after you get your ass whooped. Most likely that's what's gonna happen. You know why? I know that because that's what happened to me.
I don't know. What's the integral? I don't know. What's the integral? I don't know. What is the integral? No, you answer me. The louder you repeat, the more knowledge you're passing down to your children. What's the integral? What's an integral? What's the integral? What's the integral? Jesus, help your boy out. What's the integral? You dumb mother. You continue doing this to your children about to pass out. For maximum effect, turn the whole thing around and make it look like he's overreacting. Okay, breathe.
Okay.
Listen, what the hell, you're so dramatic? What's the big deal? Just a math question. You don't know, you ask teacher tomorrow, no problem, right? Stop crying.
And then you know what's the funny part? What's the funny part? Your parents would say, ask that to your teacher, it's their job. But then your teacher would say something like, ask your parents, it's their job to help you with your homework or assignment. You know, it's just an endless cycle of pain and torment, man. I swear to God.
We have an ancient art. This one hits close to home. I remember when I was 10, my mother would randomly 360 no-scope me across the kitchen. This is the ancient art of throwing literally anything.
Really? I need to learn that art. Ooh, look at them headshots, bro. Nice. No. He's gonna throw a chair at you, man. No. Just take it. No. Look at that face. Look at the nervous laugh. Throw a chair at him.
I didn't know you were coordinated. You could play baseball, you know.
Throw a chair at him. Nice guy. Oh, let's go, boys.
Hello, I am a professional agent that's specializing in failure management. Today, we are entering pro level. Pro level punishment require a level of skill to execute. But with some practice, you will soon be managing your failure with style and finesse. Lesson 1, the supermarket queue. I go get some celery. Okay. At the end of every shopping trip, ask your son to stand in line while you get something dumb like celery.
Oh my God!
The more items.
Oh my God! Is that the way where they force you to wait, and then you have no money, and everybody just look at you awkwardly? That is the worst thing that you could do. It literally, oh my God.
The more embarrassing. As your son gets closer and closer to the cashier, he will feel paralyzing fear and anxiety. I enjoy watching this from around the corner. The psychological damage.
Oh my God!
Throughout adulthood, very effective. Listen,
you guys know this is true because I had these experiences before. Like, and you know what's the worst part? It's like the cart is like so full, man. It's literally so full, and it's a lot. And then the queues are so long, and a lot of people are looking at you that they're pissed and annoyed. You guys know what you do when what happens is you basically go out of the line, you know? You go out of the line and you wait for your parents. And of course, your parents are probably gonna get annoyed with you because you lost the queue, but it's better than getting the emotional damage, because that is way better. I mean, taking physical damage is better than emotional damage, dude.
2. Public shaming. This one has a special place in my heart. When I was 5, my mother worked me in a Louis Vuitton shop. I never misbehaved again.
Okay, I'm sorry if I'm posting the video so much, okay? But I also had this experience before. Come on, let me know if you guys had other experiences like this. I want to read, because back in my days, you know, when I was a little boy, little Ryozen, I would always go to computer shops because we had computers, but it was just for work. You know, I would go to computer shop and spend like at least 2 to 3 hours there playing Dota 2, playing World of Warcraft, playing CS:GO, playing Counter-Strike, or playing Red Alert, like playing Gunbound. Like, those are the games that I used to play before in computer shops. And then I had this one experience where my mom literally kicked the door open for the shop, got her belt, removed her belt from her jeans, and literally started beating me down there. And you know what's the worst part was that nobody was watching. I mean, like, nobody was helping. Like, everybody, all of the people were watching, like the kids, the teenagers, and even the adults who were, like, you know, doing Skype calls, and even like the person who was watching over the shop, like, they were literally just watching me, like, getting beaten to the floor with my mom. Because you guys know why? Instead of going going home to study, I went to the computer shop to play with my friends. Like, that's the worst experience that I had in terms of public humiliation. And you know what's the worst part too? You know what's the worst part? When I came to school the next day, they started laughing at me because of that. Like, hey, remember Ryozen? His mom went to the computer shop and then he got beaten, and then they would start laughing at me. Like, it was a mixture of both physical, emotional, and social damage, man. That is the worst experience you can ever have as a kid. And until now, I'm still traumatized about that. Like, goddamn, that is the worst experience.
To execute this technique, find a time where your failure is surrounded by people. Pro tip, even better if those are his friends, like a class,
oh my God,
abruptly interrupt the group to make sure that you have everybody full attention. Steven, what the hell is this?
Undies?
It's my underwear. So why is it underground? You didn't put it in the basket. You put it 2 feet away underground. Why? Because I threw it. Why didn't you pick it up? Well, I did. But then I walked back and threw it again. Wasn't so hard, was it?
And your friends will be laughing at you after that.
By the way, that's wrong. Lesson 3, comparison. Pro tip, don't matter
Oh
if
my
you're Bill
God.
Gates or Mozart, there's always a 5-year-old Asian better than you. How
True.
you getting 99% in math? Your cousin Lee done better than you, and he's 9. Your cousin Xiao Qiang done better than you, and he don't even read. Your cousin Gui Ling did better than you, and she's vegan.
It's funny because this happens a lot too. Don't tell me that I'm the only person who's having these experiences, okay? The comparison thing, I think that goes for everybody. Like, I know for a fact this happens to everybody because literally everybody does this. Like, for example, you get like a I guess 99 or A+ on your grade on your card, you know? And you show that to your parents and you're proud of it, you know? Hey mom, hey dad, I got an A+ on my grades for this semester. And you know what your parents would do? They would tell you that, you know, your cousin got to Harvard. You know, they would rub it in your face. Like, you would tell, hey mom, I was able to play this on the piano or violin, you know? And then your parents would say, oh no, your bigger brother, your big bro is in like what? He could play 10 musical instruments. If they're gonna just rub it in your face. And you know what's the worst thing about when they do it comparison is that they try to break you down, like, emotionally. Like, they break you down, man. They break all your self-confidence. They break everything, man, to the point that you feel nothing for who you are. You literally feel that you're worthless and you're trash, man. Like, that's the worst part of, like, being compared, is because I wish you could just talk back to your parents. Like, you could tell your parents that, The reason why my cousin got to Harvard, because he was not, I mean, you were not the parents. Like, if you can only tell that back to your parents, that could have been great. That could have been amazing, man. But you know what's gonna happen? Your parents are gonna say, why are you talking back to me? He's gonna get the belt and start whooping your ass. Like, in this, he's gonna be shouting something like, you're disrespectful little shit. Like, you know, that kind of stuff, man. Like, I swear to God, you know, the comparison probably hurts the most out of all of the Asian punishment, because it just breaks you down to smithereens, to dust, man. You even forget who yourself are. And the thing is, it lies into emotional trauma for years on years on end. And you just basically have a broken confidence, man. And you would never be able to push yourself forward because of all the comparison that your parents, your goddamn parents, who were supposed to be pushing you up, started pushing you down. Because what? Because they wanted you to excel for the price of your integrity and your personality and your life and your basically you as a person. Like, I'm sorry if I'm posting and ranting too much, because these things are real and these are still happening now. Yeah, that's true too, Shimo. And this is a part of culture. This is part of Asian culture. This is what's happening right now, and nobody can stop this, because this happens indoors. This happens when the doors are closed and nobody would see. It's only like, you know, these scenarios, like for example, for my case, I could tell you guys these stories because I'm streaming it. You know, I'm an adult now and I could see this. But you would sometimes see those little kids, those little Asian kids that you pass through. You know for a fact that they get beaten by their parents, man. You know for a fact that they get like whipped. They get like, you know, if they had bad grades, they get spanked. If you know, you know that they get that stuff. They're emotionally and physically like traumatized, I would say. But it's fine, you know. It's fine. I mean, no, it's not fine. If you know that, stop. It's not cool. But here's the thing. It's just so ingrained in Asian culture that it's just like a norm now. It's just a norm. That's just the sad truth of things, man. It's just a sad truth of things. That is why when you guys become Asian parents, when you guys become parents in the future, I hope you guys don't, you know, you guys can do all of the stuff, okay? Do all of the stuff, but don't do the comparison. I think the comparison is probably the worst. Like, I think that is probably the worst. You public humiliation, fine, you can do that. You can live with that, you know, like physical punishment, you can live with that. But probably the worst is going to be the comparison, because it just breaks you down mentally and it breaks your confidence down. Like, no, that's like a no zone. That's like below the belt, okay? Just especially for you guys who's gonna be Asian parents soon enough. Hey, you've reached the end of the video. Click here to watch the next one, and also don't forget to sub by clicking here. Thanks, man. I'll see you later.